Hey guys, this is Larry, and I'm just gonna review some of the HIV drugs. Specifically, I'm gonna review the NRTIs and the NNRTIs because they're a little bit more difficult to remember. The other ones are not as bad, like protease inhibitors. Remember, never T is a protease, and since it has the word never in it, think of it as inhibiting P450. And the other ones like integrase, it has the word tegra in it, so it integrates. Fusion and Fuvetide. Maraviroc, you kind of just have to remember, but Infuvritide sounds like fusion. But let's go over the NRTIs and the NNRTIs. So the way I remember the NRTIs is I use my own acronym, which is last Z. Z is how you say Z in Canada and also in Britain. So it's like the last letter of the alphabet, last Z. The L is going to be here, A, S, T, Z, E, D. And let's go over it right now because you need to know a few things about, each drug. So for the lamivudine, the lamb, I think of it because lambs are peaceful. This is not going to be as toxic as everything else because, lambs, they're nice. Okay? For abacavir, it causes hypersensitivity. And the way I remember it is abacavir is ABC, and I just think of someone who doesn't know their ABCs. They're probably going to want to hide it from people, and they're going to be really sensitive about it if someone asks them about it. So I think of abacavir as hypersensitivity because, they're sensitive about it. So that was the L and the A. For the S, stavudine, I think of it kind of sounding like the word stab. And I think of someone stabbing someone in the arm or stabbing someone in the leg. And if you stab someone in the arm and their leg, they're probably going to get some sort of peripheral neuropathy. So stavudine causes peripheral neuropathy. That's the big thing you need to associate with that one. Tenofovir, there's three things I like to remember. So tenofovir starts with the letter T. That's the first thing. The second thing, which is the second T, is that it's actually a nucleotide. So don't get tripped up by that. That one's going to be T, a nucleotide. And the third thing I remember for it is that the T stands for tubule. And the toxicity associated with it often has to do with the kidneys, and it often has to do with, I believe it's the proximal tubules, but it definitely has to do with the tubules. So tenofovir, the potential toxicity is something to do with kidneys. Okay. Now the Z, zidovudine, also called AZT. For AZT, it can cause anemia. So A for anemia, A for AZT. And the second thing to know is that we give AZT to pregnant ladies. Okay, so anytime if the question asks you, a woman is, a mother is, 25 weeks pregnant, which of the following drugs should I give to prevent, transmission, stuff like that, pick AZT. E is emtricitabine. I think it causes hepatic toxicity, but I don't think that one's as high yield. But the one that's really high yield is going to be didanosine. Didanosine causes pancreatitis, okay? And the way I think of it is the letter D. It kind of looks like the letter P. I know it's not great, but it's just another way to try to remember that didanosine, causes pancreatitis. So those are the NRTIs, last Z. Just, say it over a few times to yourself and it'll help you remember it. For the NNRTIs, I think of either the acronym NED, that's N-E-D, or I think of Never, F, in Delaware. Sorry guys who came from Delaware, I'm sure it's really beautiful, but for our acronym, it's going to be a terrible place. So to remember which ones are inducers and inhibitors, since I think of Delaware as a crappy place, sorry guys, I think of it as a kind of like a negative place, and that's going to be the inhibitor. So this one right here, that's going to be the inhibitor, and the N and the E, those are going to be the inducers. Okay, so I hope that helps you guys remember it in a faster way, the HIV drugs. If you have any questions before tomorrow's exam, just text me or Facebook message me, and I'll try to get back to you as fast as possible. Okay, good luck, guys.